everyone. This is Natalia on Luxury with Natalia. I'm joined today by the head of marketing at Imperial Yachts, Steve Bailet. Steve, how are you today?
Good, very good. Thank you for having me into your show.
Thanks for coming on. And it was like a year ago that we were speaking at the Monaco Yacht Show, and things have dramatically changed this year, and we've adapted and come to see that, well, life goes on. The show must go on in that sense that our businesses go on. And I'm keen to hear what's changed in a year for you guys.
Well, last year when we were together, when you interviewed me, was just in front of Rush, so Mangusta 50 meter. And I mean, since last year, in a year, obviously everybody was hit by the COVID-19 situation that really took everybody worldwide by surprise, literally. And for us, I would say that Imperial was more or less the same for all the companies in the industry at the beginning, I would say. Like, everybody was surprised. Everybody was surprised by borders closing, by no more flights, no more airports available, cancellation of charter bookings. So it was quite a huge surprise for everybody. At Imperial, our board asked us to keep a low profile visibility while acting behind the curtain. And I must say that the season we have so far, because the season is not over, luckily, on the French Riviera and more generally in Mediterranean, the season we are facing now is quite very good on those sides. I would say that once we knew about all this border closing, etc. I mean, Monaco, like France, were closed from 16th or 17th of March. And the last day of March and all April was quite difficult because you have to reorganize everything. It was for us like having more than, we are quite 50, 60 people working here in Monaco or close in French Riviera, and everybody working remotely from the office, with our board being also working remotely. So it was quite a difficult time to understand how we will achieve everything in the right time. But the good thing is, like, the show never stopped, literally. Nothing never stopped. Obviously, you can imagine that for marketing, and I think it's the same for everybody. The marketing is the first part of the company, which is normally it when you face a crisis. It's true that most of the CEO are just cutting budget, etc. But Imperial was a little bit different. Obviously, yes, I will not tell you some lie that we haven't cut budget. We have cut marketing budget, but on a reasonable way, because our CEO and our director trust that better days will obviously come afterwards. And from, I would say, middle of April, third week of April, we start feeling a real, I mean, how I would say, something good, some positive arriving. Because, as you can imagine, the yachts are considered as the most clinically clean, assets in the world, more than palace, more than hotels, more than whatever you want. For people, when you come on board the yachts, it's an asset which is clean on a daily basis, 24/7. So having some vessels just like Flying Fox in the Maldives at the time, or having Romea also, both in the Maldives, or having Lily cruising in the region as well, for most of the people, they knew that, okay, there is an Imperial standard in the industry that everybody knows for yacht management. But they knew also that yachts are clinically clean, and I really insist on this. So we felt a real increasing demand on charters, because as I told you, palaces were closed and nobody knew what would happen during the summer. So having faced now May, June, July, August, obviously May was quite a pain for us because no Grand Prix, it's quite a pain. Obviously, Monaco empty by this time, I think it never happened for like 50 or 60 years, I believe. But as I said, for us, it was quite very interesting to understand how people were expecting from charters. And Flying Fox was quite very popular. I mean, we had very good expectation, but the feedback we had really, how can I say, increased what we were expecting. And having delivered Lana, the Benetti 107 meter, on 9th of June this year, we noticed that, yeah, there were some people asking for this kind of superior experience. And I must say that since she has been delivered, we have made charters on her. We have made charters on board. We have charters already booked on this vessel. So things are going very well. And the summer, which is going slightly to its end finally, is showing some good and very positive results for the winter season. We have some clue about the winter, how it goes, etc. And we feel that most of the vessel we might cruise from here to Indian Ocean, because you know the current situation, USA, Caribbean, etc. We have this feeling that maybe most of the key vessels will cruise to Indian Ocean because it's far easy to go there. And if you are looking for very remote destination to be very isolated, this is definitely the place to be. So I must say, on our side, charter-wise, it was quite an interesting period to live, and we are going to finalize it on a positive note.
I love it. Great. I always like your energy and the fact that there are positive messages coming out of this time. And also, like you mentioned and touched upon, you know, destinations, certain places you cannot go to, fly to. For example, I know the northern borders of Canada are closed. And if you're into, you know, doing a bit of interesting off the track sailing, you know, then that's not going to be possible this year, unfortunately. So there are other options. Of course, markets are like clouds. They move around. And this is an opportunity to be grabbed as well and things to change. And actually it's a positive note to add on that, because, well, shipbuilders also probably adapting yachts in that sense. And coming from that angle, I'm curious to hear about what's new in your portfolio. Like, what are your clients looking for in terms of yachts?
Well, I mean, Lana is obviously for us on the delivery side, the pinnacle of 220. She is one of the 3 largest Bailet yachts ever delivered, and obviously the largest currently available on the market ever built by Bailet. As I would say, clients are now looking for more exclusive 5-6 star experience, more like a palace. That only big yachts, for me, big yachts is like above 80 meter can offer. Obviously on smaller yachts, you have this kind of experience, but you don't have this kind of real space, I mean, abundance of space. You don't have this on 70 meter plus yacht, but from 80 meter, you start feeling something a bit different. And on Lana, we felt that the market is now mature for these kind of super yachts. Like, to give you an idea, our client on Lana understood that people are looking on vessels and what they are expecting when they are in their chalet or when they are in their private mansion. So they want to have space. When you come on board, throughout all the guest areas, you have 2.7 meter 8 sailing everywhere. So you feel really this space when you're on board, you feel comfortable. Obviously, I will not go like the spa, the pool, the cinema. So this is quite assets that you regularly find on vessels of this quality. But having Lana into our portfolio means that, yes, currently we are able to offer any kind of super yacht experience from 80 meter until 130 meter plus. And this is very interesting for the clients. If they have experienced once Romea, then it will be major to go later on Lana. And why not in the future being on Flying Fox? So this is interesting to see how the people are also growing with us from charter, but also new construction. And you were mentioning also the portfolio. Well, I believe you heard the news last week that we have confirmed the new project jointly with Amels Damen Yachting on the shipyard section and Espen Oeino on the design project signature, which will be at the time the largest super yacht ever built in the Netherlands at 120 meter. And the good thing is to learn about project signature is that everything that you see now arriving finally in the press release has been developed and built during this lockdown. Mm-hmm. So it means that whatever the lockdown made, as I said, the show never stopped. Nothing stopped. And I would say this is the Imperial difference, and this is how our CEO is driving the company and how he's expecting us to drive things, is there's no boundaries. There's nothing on the road. If you want to achieve something, then do the maximum you can to achieve it. And signature is clearly the reply to it. So with signature, we have confirmed earlier this year Project Blue Marlin, the 77 meter with Admiral, which will be the second project in a row built with them. And both of them share more or less the same thing. We are talking about vessels which are hybrid vessels, which are with a propulsion between diesel and electric. And signature is a bit different in the way that she's replying now to a more demanding clientele in a way that people are no more aware about the environment and about the, I would say, the concern about everything ecologic. And we are planning to build together with Espen Oeino, with Damen and Amels. We are planning to build a vessel with the lowest level of noise and vibration ever experienced on a vessel. And it's not only saying this, it will be confirmed. And we're really looking forward to commence, because this is the way the yachting, this is the path super yachts and yachting in general is going to. So we have to be part of it, and we are also to, I would say, be part of the trend, but also create the trend. That's very important.
And as on that topic, you're saying trends, and we see the evolution of yacht build and also the consciousness of builders and companies replying to the demands of customers, the new age customers, let's put it that way. What's your take on the new way of seeing yachts? You know, there's a lot of virtual yacht shows coming up, and more interaction through video and Zoom calls, conferences. Have you been involved personally and also as part of Imperial on these?
Well, on our side, obviously, during the lockdown, you have to readapt your marketing strategy. You can't finally go on board the vessel. You can't feel the vessel. You can understand how is it. So obviously, we took part in it with not a virtual boat show, because it's something that is not on our side. It's not really major on what we have seen, except I would say, but this is my personal opinion. I've been looking through what Denison was doing, and I must say that they have done very well, really. I mean, on a marketing perspective, I would say. But obviously, yeah, Zoom viewing, live tours, videos, this is very important. 3D tours have taken also a huge impact during this crisis, because it was impossible for people to visit vessels. But even so, I personally think that in our industry, whatever virtual you can do, there's nothing that can replace being on board the vessel. I can't trust people that would say, I've bought the yacht without having seen it. For me, it's like buying a house just on the blueprint and never been involved in the construction, or just saying, okay, I've bought it and it's delivered, now put my luggage in it. No, it's impossible. It doesn't work like that. And the market is not made for this. Maybe it happened for some brokers, but I don't feel our clients doing so. Our CEO and our director are people who wants to bring their clients on board the vessel, to understand, to feel, to touch the quality, to understand upholstery, fabric, leather, design. So they feel comfortable on board or not, according to what they want. But they have to be involved in the whole process, whatever it is for new construction, sales, or charter. It's very, very important. So obviously now we are in a digital era, so we can't live without it. So digital is very important. But I hope that soon everything will be behind us, and we will find a way that we can make coexisting all these virtual things, all the digital and virtual, together with the real in situ events. That's very important. Whatever people would say, a nautical year without a Monaco Yacht Show is not really a nautical year. I mean, you can't say that you are living the yachting in the yachting industry without having been once in your lifetime at the Monaco Yacht Show, or even at the Ford Holiday Boat Show. So both can coexist. We can find a way, but virtual is becoming now more and more important, because clients are getting more younger, obviously. But yeah, the old generation is still here, and people are just underestimating them, because they are more and more aware about technology, about iPhone, 3D, whatever you want. So we don't underestimate anybody, but we think that we have to find a good balance between the virtual and the real life.
And how has your clientele responded to the cancellation of the Monaco Yacht Show, and what have you done to curb that maybe disappointment?
Well, for them, it wasn't a surprise. Basically, I'm speaking about our personal clientele here at Imperial. It wasn't a surprise, because since March, it's very difficult to, I mean, even after the lockdown, to book a flight, making sure that you can fly here, there is no quarantine, no restriction, you can fly back to your country. It's very difficult. So obviously for them, it's sad. But the thing is, we readapted our strategy. And well, we are trying to travel the safest possible when we can, obviously, not to, I mean, it's also about the condition and the health of all the companies, employees, it's also important. But yeah, the clients are just aware about what is happening, and we are developing new tools with our shipyards partner, with our designers partners, with all our marketing partners as well, to offer them a new experience. But obviously for them, it's true that whatever you can see, whatever sketch, whatever 3D renderings you can do, they are all impatient to finally feel again this sensation while being on board or while being at the yard when you are building your vessel. So it's really part of your yachting life, and it's very important for them. So we wait for better days when everybody will be able to travel safe again.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you all the best on the future projects and ongoing projects. I'm very excited to hear more about Project Signature, of course. That will be quite a deal breaker in the industry to see what you guys have done. And also I'm very inspired because behind you we have some beautiful visuals of of some of your projects. So well done, everyone. And I'm very delighted to hear that things are going well and positive, and keep safe, most important.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Keep safe you too. And yeah, hope to finally see all of us in real life, because virtual is great, as I said, but doesn't replace having a drink all together or just chatting all together. I think that after that, we will really appreciate all the time we spent all together. It's really important.
Next Monaco Yacht Show will be a bang, a big celebration of of coming together again. Yeah.
Yes, we really look forward to it. I mean, we really hope that what we have planned for this year will be just postponed for next year, and that's going to be like something insane.
Exactly. Thanks again, Steve. Amazing.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This was another episode with Luxury with Natalia. More episodes coming soon. Don't miss out, and keep liking and subscribing. Thanks. Bye.